everyone, welcome back to Melissa's Kitchen Table, and welcome to my first Fall Food Friday. And I just wanted to say a big thank you to Fallon for hosting this. So fall time, I usually think about soup, and since it's early, it's still summery, so I thought I would do clam chowder because people like to have that in the summer, fall, winter, whenever. So I'm going to be making it in my Instant Pot. I'm going to be using some clam juice, some canned clams. You can use fresh if you want. We have heavy whipping cream, half and half, and that could be mixed up or changed up, or you could also use milk if you want. I have an onion. I have some baby red potatoes. I'm not peeling those. If you use russet potatoes, I do suggest peeling those. And some celery. Now, I don't season with a ton of herbs or spices, but you can use parsley. If I had that, I probably would. But you could also use some thyme. That goes really well in here. I'm just going to be using some salt, pepper, and garlic. So for the Instant Pot, I am just going to get this going on the saute function high, and I'll start that. Once that gets hot, I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of butter, and then in the meantime, I'm going to chop up this onion and some celery. Okay, so once the pot is hot, I'm going to put the butter in and our celery and onion. You can use as much as you want. I used a couple small stalks of celery plus the inside pieces, and I used 1 medium-sized onion. But you can change that to taste. Also, you can use some bacon grease instead of butter if you'd prefer. So we're going to let that saute until it's translucent, probably about 5 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to cut the potatoes, and I'll show you how I do that. It's just easy. I cut them in 3 pieces, and then in half, and in cubes about this size. And again, you can use as much or as little potatoes as you want in your soup. I have probably 2.5 to 3 cups, but you can add more if you'd like. Okay, so at this point, you could put in your liquid. I'm actually using about 1/4 cup of white wine just to deglaze the pan, but you don't have to do that. That is optional. You need 2 cups of liquid, so that wasn't a lot at all. That was just to get all the brown bits up. So you need 2 cups of liquid. I have an 8-ounce can or jar of clam juice. And then I'm going to open my baby clams. Now, normally I would use a second can of clams, but they only had 1. So I'm just going to use the 1. I'm going to drain these, and I'm going to measure out another cup of liquid. So that came to about 2/3 a cup of clam juice from my, what is this, 10-ounce can of clams. So I'm going to put 1/3 cup water just to equal 2 cups total. Alright, and at this point, we're going to put all our potatoes in. I threw some in before by accident, so they browned a little, that's all. Now, for the half and half in the cream, I'm going to use a little bit of both. You can use all of one, all of the other. You can use milk and make a roux with butter and flour to try to thicken it. But at this point, we just want to push all the vegetables down. Season with salt and pepper. I'm going to use some garlic. You could put the thyme in now if you want. The salt, I would just put a little bit because everything in there is salty. Clams are salty. I'm going to put the pepper. And that's just about a pinch of salt, and I use Himalayan pink salt. Alright, so we're going to put all of that in the liquid. I'm going to make sure the silicone ring is pushed down. I'm going to put the top on. You want to make sure you're in the sealing position, which some of them up here have a thing that you can move. Then I'm going to cancel the saute. I'm going to hit pressure cook. We want 4 minutes and hit the start button. Once that comes up to pressure, it'll read 4 minutes and it'll start counting down. Once the 4 minutes are done, it's going to beep, and then we'll quick release the pressure, and then I'll show you how to finish this. Alright, so this is what it looks like when it's all done. And then just stir it around. You could take a knife, check the potatoes. Those are definitely tender. Let's see, comes right through. So at this point, I have seen a couple different recipes. Obviously, just leave it the way it is. Or I have seen other people where they mash some of the potatoes. That helps it get a little bit thicker. I like to leave mine the way they are. I like to add some heavy cream. Let's see, I added about 8 ounces. And then I'm going to add my 10-ounce can of clams. And like I said, I would have added 2 if I was able to get it. But it seems to be a decent amount in here. So I like to let this sit just for a little while on the keep warm function. Let the cream get warm, and then you taste it for salt and pepper. Adjust your seasonings. But yeah, what I like to use the half and half for is if I let it sit for a little bit, if it gets a little too thick, instead of adding the whipping cream, I like to add some of this into it. So this is how I like to make New England style clam chowder. I hope you guys enjoy this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up, hit subscribe and share, and I'll talk to y'all next time. Bye!